Hey, it's Rich back with you for another video. We have a 1978 310R for sale. Heavily upgraded avionics, got an S-Tech autopilot. It was off the market for a while, it's back on. Really well equipped avionics wise, so we're going to take you out on a quick flight, show you this 1978 310R.
Cessna 41 Alpha, left at the rear is approved, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 30 on a left turn at the river, 4941 Alpha. Okay, everything's forward. Pumps are coming on. Power's coming on.
Maintain VFR southbound, contact departure 589.
Clear 78 kilo, begin descent and extend downwind.
Begin descent, extend downwind, 78 kilo.
Cessna.
Sky Hawk 67844, 1100, just departing 1 Copter, inbound 26 right, Oxford.
Number 431, turn base, runway 26 left, cleared for the option. Correction at main full stop, runway 26 left, good to land.
Okay, turn on base now and clear to land full stop for runway 26 left.
Positive climb.
Cessna 840, contact ground.
Here comes
Contact ground 7840.
Cessna 67844, Long Beach Tower, make right traffic, runway 26 right.
Right traffic 26 right, 844.
Cessna 95 Delta, number 2, follow traffic, turning left base, runway 26 left, clear to the option.
95 Delta, follow 26 left, group dash number 2.
Cessna 4 Alpha, expedite climb, and for traffic, make a turn westbound now to intercept the river.
Okay, we're going to climb fast, turn left for the river, 41 Alpha.
Long Tower, 1158 Victor, holding short 26 left for left at the river.
Cessna 4 Alpha, just make your left crosswind turn now for traffic.
Okay, we're in the left crosswind, 4941 Alpha.
Stand about an altitude 340.
Cessna 844, runway 24971 Foxtrot, Long Beach Tower.
Okay, we leveled off this really pretty day in this Southern California winter. Got kind of a real high overcast, so the sun's muted. And again, 1978 310R. I got some specs here. I don't have them memorized. This airplane has 9,500 total time, 1,000 on one engine and 200 on the other, with 200-hour props. And I've flown this airplane a few times, and it's really solid airplane as far as the way it handles and everything for 310. And the highlight is these upgraded avionics, Garmin 500 TXI. Actually, this might be the 600 TXI. Two 750s, S-Tech autopilot, standby, electronic standby flight instruments, which is really nice to have. And then the shade fuel flow, you got a JPI engine monitor, and then everything else is engine gauges are analog. And just a really nice, well-equipped airplane with the S-Tech 55X autopilot. And I've got it in heading mode and altitude hold here. Really, and not only the avionics, this panel's been upgraded, and you got a new glare shield, rose visors. And this panel would cost, probably pushing $100,000 to upgrade it. Pretty nice upgrade for the airplane for somebody to buy it and already have this stuff in it. And we're getting about 170 knots true airspeed down low. It's normally aspirated, so true airspeed will drop off a little bit as you go up, but right now we're getting about 170 knots true. We're burning just over 15 gallons an hour. Very comfortable. It's roomy up here. I mean, what do you think? Matteo?
Oh yeah. I mean, with all the planes that we've been in, this is real spacious.
It is. Yeah.
My legs are wide and long, and
We're not, shoulders aren't touching.
Yeah,
That's one of
we're-
the nice things about these 310s. They're pretty
Comfortable.
They're pretty roomy. And Matteo's our cameraman. You probably see clips of him. Now we haven't really talked about much about Matteo, but he actually did our first time flyers video. And you'd never really been around airplanes until you got this job, right?
no, I mean definitely not general aviation. I was as knowledgeable as anyone who's just been on a commercial flight before. Didn't know how planes really work. Just knew how to board and land.
Heavy exposure in a short period of time to general aviation, airplanes and flying.
I did. I got definitely a crash course, and it's been a very fun experience in a world where I just wasn't. It wasn't on my radar beforehand, and I'm so glad that
Yeah.
it became available because it's such a fascinating, fun, very sociable industry. I feel like people love to share
Yeah.
aviation knowledge with one another, and I think it's very welcoming in that way. Everyone's excited to see someone get involved.
Yeah, and the other thing that was interesting that you made a comment about is when we went to some of these airports, like you had no idea that these little general aviation airports existed, and there's like a lot of them have restaurants in Southern California, and there's just like a little culture associated with all of them.
Exactly, it's a little cut of society I was just not in tune with at all.
Yeah.
I had no idea that these small airports existed.
Yeah.
I had no idea that you could hop around like that.
And we basically advertised for the job, right? What you're doing with us.
Yeah, yeah.
You interviewed and
I found the listing on ZipRecruiter.com, and it was a videographer for an aviation channel. You had Flying with Rich on there. I looked it up and I was like, this looks like a blast. I'm definitely gonna apply. Let's see how it goes.
yeah, yeah. So you've been with us like, I don't know, around a year or something, doing mostly doing these videos. A lot of work editing. I have a lot of respect for people who do these videos. I tried it, rig the cameras, do the video, and then edit, and it's really not possible for me to.
No, I thought about that too, because I see how busy you are week to week,
Yeah.
and I was like, if he was editing these videos at one point, like he actually must have not slept, because this is a full-time job in
Yeah.
itself.
Well, some of those early videos are pretty bad, and I'm a horrible editor.
And it's fun to see how it comes along, because at first, I've learned so much about filming these as well, and just like the little nuances that you can adjust with each flight.
Yeah, it's been cool to see the videos progress. Matteo's done a lot more with external cameras, which I thought is kind of cool. Adds a little another dimension to
Totally,
see things
yeah.
happening. And
Yeah. That's, I mean, maybe my lack of aviation experience made me more interested in what was outside versus inside at first. So
Right.
the combination of the two has worked out really nicely.
And then we do get some questions about the kind of cameras and stuff we use. Maybe touch on that a little bit so people can.
Yeah,
if
so
they're interested.
So I'm working with an Sony A7S DSLR camera, and I typically use this 16 to 35 millimeter lens. I think this is the best option, especially for these videos, because the cockpit is typically pretty tight, so a wide angle lens is just advantageous to capture the whole scene and get the idea. I typically have 4 GoPros, ranging from a GoPro 7 to an 8 to a 10, that I set up, 2 on the outside, being on the wing and below the plane, and 2 on the inside. 1 stationed here to get audio on Rich, and the other one up here to get a view of the avionics and the outside terrain as well. So all in all, it's a 5 camera setup. I also have my own camera that I just use for audio and still photos, because I do OCR's listing pictures as well. So I'm working with 6 different cameras. If you go on nflightcam.com, that is your best friend for mounts. You're gonna find the exterior mount that you can just screw into the wing. You remove a screw, put a metal spud and a ball mount on top, and you're able to tighten it. You can see it on the wing right now. Actually, I'm using a GoPro adhesive, so that's your plan B. My threads on the mount got stripped, so that is my alternate way of getting a camera out there. And then there's just a flex mount on the bottom, and this suction cup mount for Rich's camera, and another adhesive for the ceiling.
Works out pretty good, all those. We've
Yeah.
been through a lot of different iterations, I feel like. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. Summer's always a challenge for the mounts, and the GoPros overheat a lot. And we're flying around Catalina like we do on a lot of these videos just because it's close and convenient, but the island's, after all the rain, it's kind of got a green tint to it. It's really pretty. Right, you can see Catalina Airport. The visibility today is really good too. You can see Catalina Airport. So anyway, that's a little bit more about Matteo. Pretty much every flight, like I can't really do anything if he's not here to get everything done. That's when you think about it, it's a pretty busy operation. You know, flying the airplane, trying to show the airplane, and then also filming the video and managing the cameras.
Definitely.
It's too much for at least for me. Anyway, back to the 310. You know, I've done a video on this plane before, and I've talked a lot about twin Cessnas on the channel. And it's, you know, these twin Cessnas are really solid airplanes in terms of value. They fly great, as you can tell, with this S-Tech autopilot. I mean, this thing is dialed in, it's smooth, it's set up nice, it's got a good autopilot, it's got great avionics. But, you know, the market on these airplanes has really held really strong throughout the history of the airplanes. And that, I think, is a lot of that is attributed to Cessna's commitment to keep supporting them, and, you know, good maintenance out there. The retrofit companies are very confident in, you know, putting the STCs and the certification for the upgraded avionics. Twin Cessnas have a lot of auxiliary fuel tank modifications, STOL modifications, just a lot of stuff that really contributes to the airplanes holding their value. And so, you know, you think of an airplane like this, and I don't think I mentioned it, but this airplane we have priced at $245,000 now. And you buy this airplane, build some multi-engine time, you fly it, you enjoy what we're enjoying right now and going on, you know, cross countries, the redundancy of 2 engines if you stay, you know, current on your multi-engine flying. Great way to travel and really comfortable. This has 6 seats, and, you know, like I said earlier, it's really smooth. You know, you get the props set up right, and it's really smooth. Now, this airplane has air conditioning, so in the summertime it's going to be cool. I've known the owner of this airplane for a long time. He moved up, and he had this airplane, but he did a lot of flying in it with his family, grandkids, and so really well maintained. And you know, he's serious about his flying. So from a maintenance perspective, it's a really great airplane. You can check it out on the website ocraviation.com, or on controller. You can call us, message us. Matteo took some good pictures of it, so we got some good stills on our website. If you're interested, come out to California, enjoy some of this winter Southern California weather, and we'll go fly it. Anyway, we're going to head back to Long Beach. We're flying right over the city of Avalon on the Catalina Island, right out there. We're going to go back and take you through a ILS approach into 3.0 like we often do, but we'll use the S-Tech autopilot. The last couple ILSs we've done have been with the Garmin autopilot, and this will show you how the S-Tech interacts with the G600 avionics. And real quick on these avionics, like a lot of these, it has lots of options. Go back here and you've got traffic, terrain, we've got serious weather, we've also got ADS-B weather. The traffic is probably via ADS-B in. Really, you know, nice traffic displayed on both of these GTN 750s. Charts. The charts might not be available because he already bought his next airplane and he hasn't. We haven't updated the database, which we would do, you know, for the next owner. But you could have charts on the screen. The rest of that stuff. Music. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got some music. Turn that on here, I believe. Oh, we turn it. It's got XM, music, all the channels. It's really well equipped. Redundancy of dual IFR GPSs. You know, you got a map over here on the 500. You got tons of stuff. You can go to other things you can put over here. Same thing with the charts, they're not available, but you can have a chart over here. Basically all the same options you have on there. You can go to a full PFD. And again, this setup would cost you maybe pushing $100,000 to get this set up the way it is right now. So this is all done turnkey, good engine times, and ready to fly. Okay, so we're gonna head back to Long Beach, and we're gonna do a ILS into 3.0, and we'll do it fully coupled on this STEC 55X autopilot. Okay, so I'm gonna load an approach here, which is a procedure approach, and I had Catalina Airport, so I'm gonna change that to Long Beach, KLG. Where's my B? There it is. All right, so ILS 3.0. We're gonna do it vectors, and we're gonna load and activate the approach. Okay. When we load it via vectors, then Gunny, the final approach fix, becomes the active waypoint. So let's just let's go direct there to Gunny. All right, maybe come a little bit outside of Gunny on the heading. So now we got that set up. The ILS is automatically loaded into the nav1, and then standby nav2. We'll put it up there just for fun. And then we have to set a green needle, so I'm going to go to the CDI key here and touch that, and that puts it on green needle and loads the inbound course, which is 301 on the ILS. I'm going to come to the autopilot. I'm going to come downhill 500 feet a minute, pull some power back, and we are going to descend now to 1,600. That's the intercept altitude. SoCal Twin Cessna 4941 Alpha.
Calling SoCal State position, altitude request.
Yeah, we're at Twin Cessna just to the east, maybe 10 miles, Catalina, descending through 3,000, requesting a practice ILS in the Long Beach with Oscar.
And flowing Alpha Flux 0255, ident.
0255 and ident, 4941 Alpha. There's the ident. And I dialed in the intercept altitude here. In order for the 55X to pick that off, I need to hit both of these together. And so now I'm descending at 500 feet a minute, and altitude hold will pick that 1600 up when we get there. And I'm slowly bringing the power back, slow these engines down. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my boost pumps on low. Got all my lights up. Mixtures are still back, so I'll wait till last landing check for that. And so everything's set up. All I have to do
SoCal Skyhawk 941 Romeo Bravo, just one
when
minute to Long Beach. I'd like to set up for the
get cleared for the approach, we'll hit the approach button. And I don't fly this STEC 55X autopilot often, so I've flown it enough, but we'll see if I got this all set up correctly. Fuel's on the mains. Everything looks good. Everything's set up the way we want it. The 55X, maybe the other autopilot, it kind of does. I think it has a soft capture feature where when it starts getting close to the altitude, it starts to reduce the vertical speed, so you don't have a dramatic pitch up when you're leveling. I'm going to use 19 inches as we level off. There it went to altitude hold, or it's going into altitude hold. It's down to 300 feet a minute. Speed's coming back. We went to altitude hold, went out of vertical speed and altitude hold, so that worked perfectly. So now I'm really set up, just waiting for a call to turn to final here. 300 to join the practice approach, 4941 Alpha. Okay, hit approach. I put some flaps in, and that kind of caused the autopilot a little.
1 Romeo Bravo, fighting 040.
040, 1 Romeo Bravo.
Should be turning inbound. Why are we getting there? There's the localizer. There's the turn. Now we got approach. Feel like it turned through it a little bit. We're below the glide. Glide slope's coming, so gear speed checks. I'm about quite a mile, a little more than a mile. I'm gonna put the gear down. Gear's down, 3 green. I power back a little bit. I got flaps now. Now we should be coming downhill on the glide slope.
41 Alpha, contact tower.
Roger, thanks for your help. 41 Alpha. Tower, Twin Cessna 4941 Alpha, inbound for 30, full stop.
Twin Cessna 4941 Alpha, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, cleared to land, full short of runway 26 right for traffic.
Clear to land 30, hold short of 26 right, 4941 Alpha. All right, so I'm going to set my missed approach altitude. That's pretty easy to do. I'm going to sync up the heading bug.
Traffic
And I'm just above blue line, on about 18 inches gear, and I got flaps. I'm going to go props, or mixtures up. I got autopilot on. So it does a nice job. You know, handled flaps really well. We're right on the glide slope, right on the localizer. Gears down, 3 green. Flaps are where I want them for now. And pumps are on. So this setup, you know, I mean, I'm a big fan of that, and I always say it, the GFC 5 600 autopilots, but STEC 55X is right close with it. I definitely wouldn't change this if this was my airplane. Bring some more power back. We're clear to land. Okay, I'm gonna turn the autopilot off. I go to flaps full. A little bit more power back. Okay, last check for gear and flaps, mixture. I'm not going to bring the props up yet. Foot markers.
Cessna 86 pop, extend downwind.
And for short field, I touched down at the 1,000 foot markers, and I'm really not braking hard. I'm easily going to make this first taxiway. Delta 4. Okay, so we're taxiing back to OCR 1978 310R. Really good condition, great avionics, $245,000. Alright, so if you have any questions, again, check it out on our website. And come out to Long Beach, visit us, and see this airplane take a flight. Thanks for watching.